Hey, good day everyone. How are you doing? Uh, Welcome to my channel, RemTop tutorial. We're still on our quadratic equation. For those of you that missed the first class and the second class on quadratic equation, make sure you check my channel. Then you're going to see there, and the link you're going to see there as well. So you look at it, you watch it. You're going to follow what we're doing in the class. Then, now today we are going to how to derive the formula, the general formula for solving quadratic equation. As a student, as a mathematics student, we need to know how to derive that formula. We have been using it, some of us have been using it before, and some of us, but we just want to start using it, but yet we still need to know how to derive the formula ourselves. Then we now go on the usage as well. So today we are going to derive the formula ourselves, the general formula for solving quadratic equation, as well as some examples we're going to use to solve, like 1-2 example as the time permits us. So we know the application of that formula, the application of it as well. So let's go to it now. The general forms of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. That's the general forms of quadratic equation. The general form of it is ax squared to the second power, then to the first power, then you have your constant equals to 0. That's the general forms of quadratic equation. And the result or the root of the equation can be found by completing the square. Don't forget, in our last class we discussed the completing the square. So we discussed that one. So if you miss it, check the link below and then you follow it up. Now let's go to it now. I will clean this one out, then I will just now. This is the general form, as I said earlier, the general form of quadratic equation. Now when you want to derive the formula, the first thing, it has some steps that you are going to take, like 7 steps that you're supposed to take. But I won't have time to be writing those steps. I will just be saying those steps. So if you have time, you can jot those things down and you take it up from your notes, okay? From your jotter, then you take it up there. The first step, let me just be writing the steps, then I'm not going to write it in sentence form, so we won't waste most of the time here. The first step is you transfer the constant to the right hand side. That's the first step. Transfer the constant to the right hand side. So this is your constant, you transfer it to the right hand side. So you're going to have ax squared plus bx is equals to minus c. That's the first step, the first thing to do. Okay, you transfer your constant to the right hand side. Do you get that? Second step, now let's move on. In the second step, you are going to divide through by the coefficient of second power of x. Whatever you have here, you're going to divide it by everything. You divide it by everything that you have there. That's the second step. You divide through by the second power of x. So this is the second power of x. That is coefficient of the second power of x. You divide through by it. So we have ax squared over a plus b over a x is equals to minus c over a. Do you get it now? So you want this one to stand alone, so you have to divide through by the coefficient of the second power of unknown. So you have it like this. So you are going to have x squared plus b over a x is equals to minus c over a. Please, this minus, carry it along. Don't drop it, or don't drop that minus, so you are not going to miss your answer. The next thing is add to both sides. We have one side here, the left hand side, the right hand side of the equation. The third step is add to both sides. I hope you're writing it in your jotter there. Don't worry, I'm not going to write it here, so you have to write it in your jotter yourself. Add to both sides the square of the coefficient of x. Add to both sides half of square of the coefficient of x. Did you get that? Add to both sides half of this one, half of square of x of the half of the coefficient of x. You have to add it to both sides. So half of this one, let me write down quickly. Half of this one will be b over a times 1 over 2, and that will give you what? B over 2a. Then square of it will now be what? That's what you want to add to both sides. The square of it, you want to add it to both sides now. So let's see now. We're not going to have x squared plus b over ax plus, you add this one to this side, b over 2a square together in square is equals to minus c over a plus b over 2a in square. Do you see it now? So that is what the third step is talking about. Okay, add to both sides half of the square of coefficient of x. So we've done that one now. So this one now, by completing the square method that we learned in the last lesson, it will give you together, you're going to put it together like that. So we're going to have x plus b over 2a squared. So in this side like that, so we don't need to be writing the too long again. So we're going to have x plus b over 2a all in square. That's what we have in this side now. This one, by completing the square method, remember what we learned in the last lesson. Now this one we can simplify it further. So let's simplify this one so we can have a whole something. We will not be carrying minus and everything around. Over a plus, are you seeing it? B over 2a all in square. So let's simplify this one before we move on. So we're going to have minus c over a plus b square over 4a square. Okay, now we find the square, the LCM of this one, 4a square. This one will give us what? Minus 4ac plus b square. Okay, fine. So we've already simplified to a state like that. Then we can like restructure it. Okay, we can restructure it so we can have something much more. Instead of carrying negative in front, we can have the positive in front. So we're going to have b square minus 4ac. Just like you interchange, you let this one come to the front, this one to the back, over 4a square. Is that one clear up to that stage? Don't forget the front one is still there. X plus b over 2a all in square. Are we following? Are we following? Fine. Now the next thing is square both sides. We want to open this one. We want it to be free. Square root both sides. Let me write that one quickly. That's the next step. Square root both sides. So while we square root both sides, what do we have? This one will be opened up. So we're going to have this one to be like this. Is equals to this one. When you put it on square root, it will be plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac all over 4a square. Okay, so remember you can split this one. This one will hold its own root, this one will hold its own root. Then we can simplify that one further as well. Okay, so we're going to have x plus b over 2a. Let's simplify it so everybody can carry his own burden. B square minus 4ac all in square root over square root of 4ac. That will be 4a squared, right? 4a squared. That one too will carry its own square. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue from the first end here. I hope you are following. So it's very simple as soon as you take those steps one at a time. So from that end now we have x plus b over 2a is equals to plus or minus root b square minus 4ac, as we have it there, divided by this one. Square root of 4 is 2 and square root of a square is only a. Do you see it now? Square root of only a is square root of a square is only a. I hope you remember that. Now we need only x to stand alone. Let this one go to the other side. So we're going to have x is equals to, do you get that now? This one that is going is carrying, this is positive. When it moves across the bridge, it will become negative. Open sentence. It will now be minus b over 2a plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. You can also find the LCM of this one, remember? So we're going to have 2a, and this one will become only 2 minus b plus or minus root b square minus 4ac. See it now? Now, in conclusion, we've already derived our formula like that. So our formula for finding the general formula will now be, the general formula for quadratic equation will now be x equals, what do we have here? Minus b plus or minus root b square minus 4ac, don't forget, over the roots, divided by 2a. a, and that is our general formula for solving quadratic equation. Okay, general formula for solving quadratic equation. Don't forget, it's just a general formula. So anytime you want to solve a quadratic equation, they ask you to use a general formula. That is what you're going to use. Okay, x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Do you see that now? That's very good, mashallah, mashallah. Now let's go to let's try and use and solve it with some example. Okay, let's do some 1 or 2 example. So before we wrap up our class for today. So let's look at this example now. Don't forget, they'll give us the quadratic equation as usual. Then let's compare something. Let's comparing the general form. The general form of quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, isn't it? So now, comparing this one now, and this is what we use to derive the general formula. Don't forget the general formula that we derived earlier. The general formula that we derived earlier. From this end, we can see that our a is the coefficient of the second power, which means our a here is 3. What's our b now? Our b a is what? Minus 5. Please respect the sign, okay? Carry it with the sign. Don't go and say just 5. Don't mention 5 alone. And our c is what? Minus 7. Please respect the sign, okay? So you will not miss it. Respect that sign. And the general formula is what? Can you state it again? X is equals to, I'm listening, minus b, plus or minus, okay. Oh yeah, I'm following. B squared minus 4ac, that's very good, over 2a. Do you see it now? So let's substitute for those things. Substitute for ABC in the formula. ABC in the formula. So substitute for ABC in the formula. So we're going to have x equals, what's our b? Minus 5. But we have minus here before. Please take care of that. So you not go and miss it though. Minus 5. You see that the minus that is here before, the 5 that is coming with its own minus. Then plus or minus as it is. Minus 5 squared. That's square of minus 5 minus 4 is constant times, what's our a? 3. What's our c? Minus 7. Okay, so you multiply it across like that, over 2 is constant times, what's our a? That's 3. Do you see the way I present it one at a time? Please, those signs you have to take care of it, or else you're not going to get your answer. Let's go now. Minus times minus. So you have our x equals to 5. Plus or minus stands still. Write it there back. Minus 5 squared, that's 25. So square root of 25. Square root is still going now. Minus times 4. Minus 4 times 3. That was minus 12, isn't it? Then minus 12 times minus 7. That will give you what? Plus 84. That's very good. Plus 84. Plus 84 all over the down one. 2 times 3. That is our 6. Isn't it? Very good. Now let's move on. We had what we have in under the root. X is equals to 5 plus or minus. What do we have under the root when we had it together? I'm listening. When we had it together, what do we have? 109. That's very good. 109. Square root of 109 over 6. Do you get it now? Square root of 109 over 6. What's square root of 109? Press your calculator. What's the answer? That will give you 10.44. That's very good. So we're now going to have x is equals to 5 plus or minus 10.44 all over 6. Don't forget this thing is saying plus or minus. It can be addition, it can be subtraction. So you split it now. So split the two. Let it go one at a time, okay? You have to split it. So we're now going to have 5 plus 10.44 over 6, or 5 minus 10.44 over 6. Don't forget we have to take our answer to decimal place. So while you had it together, what do we have? That's 15.44 over 6, or that will give us what? Yes, minus 5.44. That's very good. Minus 5.44 over 6. Now, divide it, press it in calculator. What do we have here? Yeah, what do we have? So S can be 2.57. That's when you take it to 2 decimal place. Or let's press this one. What do we have? What do we have there? Don't forget it's minus. It has to carry the negative. Minus 0.91. Minus 0.91. Do we see it now? So x is equals to 2.57, or go to it again one at a time. While you have the question, just look at those coefficients. Is what we are going to use for ABC, and you're going to substitute for ABC in your formula, in the general formula, as well as the sign. Take care of the sign and you're good to go. Take it one at a time. When you get to this place, don't match it together. Find the square root on its own. Then you now add it with the constant in front and you divide. You subtract to the constant and you divide. From the constant and you divide. Did you get it now? Did you get it now? That's very good. Now let me give you some questions to try on your own. Don't forget, this is our last page on our quadratic equation for now. So when we get to other part of mathematics, we're going to examine some other questions on quadratic equation. But for now, this is where I'm going to stop. That's the third class on quadratic equation. So make sure you try the question again so you can be expert in it. Okay. Now let's wait. So I would like you to try these 5 questions here. Use general formula. I want you to use general formula so you can master it very well. Okay. So use general formula, and if you have any question, comments below. Okay, I'll follow you up, as well as share. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your family and friends, those that can benefit from this end. Okay. So this is RemTop tutorial. See you in the next class with a new topic, inshallah. Okay. Bye.